Take a moment to look at the calendar today. Just look at the date. Does it surprise you? Does it feel like just yesterday we were celebrating the new year? We made toasts. We made promises. We told ourselves that this year would be different. We had a vision of who we would become. We imagined a version of ourselves that was fitter, wealthier, happier, and more disciplined. But now, look at where you are standing right now. Be honest, how much has truly changed? If that question made your chest tighten a little, if you felt a sudden wave of heaviness or anxiety, please know that you are not alone. That feeling has a name. It is the quiet grief of time passing without purpose. It is the realization that the future we dream of does not arrive automatically. Hello, and welcome to Mira's English podcast. I am Mira, and this is a space where we slow down. We pause the noise of the world to not only improve our English, but to examine the deeper questions of our lives. Today, we are going to talk about something that haunts all of us. We are going to talk about waiting. We are going to talk about the dangerous illusion that we have infinite time and why, if we are not careful, this year will end exactly the same way the last one did. Let us begin with a story. It is not a story about a hero or a monster. It is a story about a waiting room. Imagine you are sitting in a comfortable chair in a waiting room. The lighting is soft, the music is pleasant. You have your phone, you have distractions, and you are relatively comfortable. You are waiting for a train. You believe that when this train arrives, it will take you to the life you want. It will take you to that dream job. It will take you to that perfect relationship. It will take you to the body you desire. So you sit, you wait. You tell yourself that you are just preparing. You are just waiting for the right moment. You are waiting until you feel more motivated. You are waiting until you have more money. You are waiting until Monday, or until next month, or until the weather is better. But here is the brutal truth that nobody tells you in that waiting room. There is no train. The tracks are empty. This metaphor represents how most of us live our lives. We live in a state of passive expectation. In psychology, this is often linked to a concept called the illusion of potential. We fall in love with our potential. We love the idea of who we could be so much that we prefer dreaming about it rather than doing the messy, difficult work of becoming it. Why do we do this? Why do we choose to wait when we know logically that time is running out? The answer lies deep in our biology. Our brains are designed to protect us. They are designed to seek comfort and avoid pain. And change, no matter how positive, is painful. Change requires uncertainty. Change requires the risk of failure. When you say to yourself, "I will start tomorrow," your brain rewards you. It gives you a small hit of dopamine, which is a chemical in the brain associated with pleasure and reward. You feel relief. You feel good because you have made a plan. You have convinced yourself that the future version of you will handle it. You imagine that the future you will be tireless. The future you will not be tired after work. The future you will have endless willpower. But when tomorrow comes, you are not the future you. You are still just you. You are tired. You are stressed. You are human. So you push it to the next tomorrow, and the cycle repeats. This is what we call the procrastination doom loop. It is not a matter of laziness. Please understand this. You are not lazy. You are afraid. You are afraid that if you try, you might fail. And if you try and fail, you lose the comforting illusion that you are special. As long as you do not try, you can maintain the fantasy that you would be amazing if you just applied yourself. But the moment you start, you face the reality of your limits. And that is terrifying. Let's go deeper into this feeling. Have you ever noticed that we treat our lives as if they are a rehearsal? We act as though this current life is just a practice run, and the real performance will begin later. We act as though we have a second life in the bank, one where we will finally do all the things we dream of. The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote about this 2,000 years ago. He said that we are not given a short life, but we make it short. We are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it. He meant that life is long enough if we know how to use it. But we waste so much of it preparing to live rather than actually living. Think about the phrase, preparing to live. How many of us are doing that right now? We are preparing to be happy. We are thinking, once I get that promotion, then I will relax. Once I lose 10 pounds, then I will go out and socialize. Once I retire, then I will travel. We place conditions on our existence. We postpone our joy to a future date that may never arrive. And while we are busy making these calculations, the present moment, which is the only thing we actually possess, slips through our fingers like sand. Let us pause here and reflect on the language we use. Listen to your inner voice. How often do you use the word someday? Someday I will write that book. Someday I will learn to play the piano. Someday I will forgive him. Someday is a dangerous word. It is a vague, undefined space in time. It is a place where dreams go to die. Because someday is not a day of the week. You will not find someday on any calendar. By using this word, we absolve ourselves of responsibility. We trick ourselves into thinking we have intent without having to commit to action. If you want to break this pattern, the first step is to recognize the comfort of stagnation. Stagnation means standing still, a lack of flow or movement. Stagnation feels safe because it is familiar. Even if you are unhappy, at least you know this unhappiness. It is a comfortable misery. Venturing into the unknown is scary. But there is a quote that I want you to remember. It goes like this: "The magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding." Let me repeat that because it is important. The magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. The specific task that you are terrified of, the difficult conversation you are delaying, the project you are putting off, that is exactly where your growth is hiding. It is not hiding in the easy things. It is buried under the fear. Now I want to shift our perspective from psychology to something more tangible. I want to talk about the mathematics of your life. This might sound cold, but sometimes we need cold, hard numbers to wake us up from our slumber. Let's try a visualization exercise. I want you to imagine a ruler, a standard measuring ruler. Let's say the average lifespan of a human being is roughly 80 years. That is optimistic, but let's say 80 years. If you are 20 years old, you have 60 summers left. That sounds like a lot, but if you are 30, you have 50 summers left. If you are 40, you have 40 summers. Now think about how fast a single summer goes by. You blink, and it is June. You blink again, and it is August. The leaves are turning brown, and the air is getting cold. Think about the people you love. If your parents are in their 60s, and you see them only 2 times a year, say for holidays, and let's assume they live until they are 80. That means you do not have 20 years with them. You have 20 visits left. You can count the number of times you will see them on your fingers and toes. When you frame time in this way, it stops being infinite. It becomes scarce. It becomes precious. This concept is known as Memento Mori, a Latin phrase which translates to, "Remember you must die." It sounds dark, but it is actually one of the most life-affirming concepts in history. It is not meant to make you depressed. It is meant to create urgency. It is meant to strip away the trivial nonsense that we worry about every day. When you realize that your time is finite, you stop caring about what strangers think of you on the internet. You stop worrying about rejection. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, because you realize that the perfect moment is a myth invented by fearful people to justify their inaction. You see, we often suffer from what is called the spotlight effect. We think everyone is watching us. We think everyone is analyzing our failures. So we wait until we are perfect before we show ourselves to the world. But the truth is, nobody is watching. Everyone is too busy worrying about themselves, just like you are. This realization should set you free. You are free to try. You are free to make mistakes. You are free to be a beginner. You are free to start that YouTube channel and have 0 views. You are free to write that first chapter and have it be terrible. Because the only thing worse than doing it badly is not doing it at all. I want to address a specific feeling that many of you might have. It is the feeling of being behind in life. You look at your friends, or you look at people on social media, and they seem to have everything figured out. They are getting married, they are buying houses, they are getting promoted, and you feel like you are running a race that you are already losing. This comparison is the thief of joy. It paralyzes you. You think, well, I am already so far behind. What is the point of starting now? It is too late for me. Let me tell you something gently but firmly. It is not too late, but it is getting later. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. That is an old proverb, but its wisdom is timeless. You cannot change the years you have lost. You cannot get back the hours you spent scrolling through your phone or worrying about the future. That time is gone. It is ash. But you have today. You have this hour. You have the power to draw a line in the sand and say, enough. So how do we actually stop waiting? How do we move from this state of paralysis into a state of action? We need to understand the physics of productivity. Specifically, we need to understand the concept of friction and momentum. Newton's first law of motion states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion. This applies to your life. The hardest part of any task is simply starting. It is the initial push to overcome the static friction. Think about a rocket ship launching into space. It uses the vast majority of its fuel just to get off the ground, just to break the relentless pull of gravity. Once it is in orbit, it glides effortlessly. You are that rocket. You are fighting the gravity of your old habits. You are fighting the gravity of your comfort zone. And right now, you are sitting on the launch pad, trembling. We often think we need motivation to take action. We sit around waiting to feel inspired. We wait for a lightning bolt of energy. But motivation is unreliable. Motivation is a fickle friend who only shows up when things are easy. Psychologists have discovered something called the action-motivation loop. Most people think it goes like this. First comes motivation, then comes action. But actually, it is often the reverse. Action creates motivation. When you do something small, even something tiny, you see a result. That result makes you feel good. That feeling gives you a little bit of motivation, which helps you take the next action. So, do not wait until you feel like doing it. You will never feel like doing difficult things. Your brain will always try to talk you out of it. You have to act before your feelings have a chance to stop you. There is a technique called the 5-second rule, popularized by Mel Robbins. It is simple. When you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds, or your brain will kill the idea. You count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, one, and then you move. You launch yourself like a rocket. But let's get specific. What actually stops us? Usually, it is perfectionism. Perfectionism sounds like a virtue. It sounds like you have high standards. But in reality, perfectionism is just fear wearing a fancy suit. It is the fear that if you produce something imperfect, you are unworthy. There is a concept I love called the cult of done. It suggests that doing something, anything, is infinitely better than planning to do something perfectly. A messy draft is better than a perfect blank page. A short, imperfect workout is better than the perfect exercise plan that you never start. Give yourself permission to be bad. Tell yourself, I am going to write a terrible paragraph today. I am going to do a sloppy workout today. When you lower the bar, you remove the pressure. And when the pressure is gone, it is much easier to start. As we move into the deeper part of this discussion, I want you to think about the year ahead of you. Imagine it is December 31st of this year. Imagine you are standing at a party or sitting alone in your room, reflecting on the past 12 months. If you continue doing exactly what you are doing today, how will you feel in that moment? Will you feel proud? Or will you feel that familiar, hollow ache of regret? Regret is a ghost. It haunts you not for the things you did, but for the things you did not do. There is a famous study done by a nurse who cared for people on their deathbeds. She asked them about their biggest regrets. The most common answer was not, I wish I had made more money, or I wish I had worked harder. The most common regret was, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. They waited. They waited for approval. They waited for permission. They waited for the right time, and they ran out of time. I do not want that for you. I do not want that for us. This fear of regret should not paralyze us. Instead, it should wake us up. It should act as a cold splash of water on our faces in the morning. So, how do we move forward? How do we break the heavy chains of procrastination that have held us back for so long? We need to shift our focus from the mountain to the pebble. Often we wait because the task in front of us feels enormous. You want to write a book, but writing a book feels impossible. You want to get in shape, but losing 50 pounds feels overwhelming. When the brain sees a massive task, it triggers a fear response. It retreats to safety. The solution is to make the task so small, so incredibly tiny, that it would be ridiculous to say no. This is known as the 2-minute rule. The idea is simple. If you want to start a habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Do not set a goal to run a marathon. Set a goal to put on your running shoes. Do not set a goal to read 50 books this year. Set a goal to read 1 page tonight. When you reduce the friction, you bypass the brain's fear center. You trick your mind into starting. And as we discussed earlier, once you start, the physics of momentum takes over. You will likely find that once your running shoes are on, you might as well step outside. Once you read 1 page, you might as well read another. But there is a deeper layer to this. It is not just about tricks and productivity hacks. It is about identity. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, speaks about this eloquently. He says that every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When you choose to scroll through social media for 2 hours instead of working on your passion, you are casting a vote for the identity of a procrastinator. You are telling yourself, I am the kind of person who wastes time. But the moment you close that app and open your notebook, even for 5 minutes, you cast a vote for a new identity. You are saying, I am a writer. I am a creator. I am someone who shows up. Over time, these small votes accumulate. You do not need a unanimous landslide victory to win an election. You just need a majority. You just need to show up for your future self more times than you show up for your fear. I want to talk about one of the biggest reasons we wait. It is the fear of being seen trying. We live in a culture that celebrates effortless perfection. We see the overnight success stories. We see the finished product. We rarely see the messy middle. We rarely see the failures, the rejection letters, the bad first drafts. Because of this, we feel that if we have to try hard, or if we struggle, it means we are not good enough. We think that talent should look easy, so we hide our effort. We wait in the shadows until we can emerge as a fully formed success. But that is not how life works. Let me share a concept called the spotlight effect. It implies that we think people are paying far more attention to us than they actually are. We walk around thinking everyone is judging our progress. But the liberating truth is that everyone is the main character in their own movie. They are not the audience in yours. This means you are free. You are free to be a beginner. You are free to be imperfect. You are free to stumble. Allow yourself to be bad at something new. Embracing the awkwardness of being a beginner is the only path to mastery. If you are not willing to be a fool, you can never become a master. Now let's bring this back to the present moment. Right here, right now. The year is moving forward. The clock on the wall does not care about your plans. It does not care about your fears. It just keeps ticking. Tick, tick, tick. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you are waiting for a train that will never come. The stars will never align perfectly. You will never feel fully ready. You will never have enough money, enough energy, or enough certainty. Imperfection is the prerequisite for existence. So here is my challenge to you. Not for next year, not for next month, but for today. Pick one thing, just one thing that you have been putting off. Maybe it is sending that email. Maybe it is signing up for that class. Maybe it is having that honest conversation. Do it today. Do it scared. Do it imperfectly, but do it. Because the pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. As we come to the end of this episode, I want you to close your eyes for a brief moment, if it is safe to do so. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Visualize yourself 1 year from today. Imagine that you decided to stop waiting. Imagine that you started today, however small. See that version of you. Look at how they carry themselves. Look at the peace in their eyes. They are proud of you. They are thankful that you had the courage to begin. Now, open your eyes. You are the only person who can bring that vision to life. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to push you. It is entirely up to you. And I believe you can do it. I believe that beneath the fear and the hesitation, there is a fire waiting to be lit. Thank you for spending this time with me on Mira's English podcast. I know time is your most valuable resource, and I am honored you chose to spend it here. If this episode spoke to you, if it stirred something in your chest, please do not just let it be another video you watched. Let it be the spark. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, but most importantly, be honest with yourself. I will see you in the next episode. Until then, keep moving forward.